Real stories of the Highway Patrol may be seen later this evening. Stay tuned now for the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Florida Marlins.
Hi, everybody, from Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. Welcome to Phillies baseball. Tonight, game one of a three-game series. The Phils and the Florida Marlins. Going for the Phillies will be Jose De Leon and Pat Rapp for Florida. Harry Callis along with Rich Ashburn and Chris Wheeler on a warm evening here in Miami, but it certainly could be worse. And the Phils, after a good series at Atlanta, now against the expansion Marlins, Whitey, and one of the Florida players who's certainly hot is Jeff Conine.
Well, I think every expansion team, Harry, has a pleasant surprise, and I don't know whether he was a surprise. Really, he's hitting well over 300, 319. He has 50-some RBIs. He does strike out a lot, but he's been pretty consistent with that bat, and he's in the third slot, very important part of the lineup, and it would seem maybe somebody in the Marlins organization did a good job of scouting him. And maybe somebody in the Kansas City organization made a mistake by letting him go.
Wheels a big series at Atlanta, taking 2 out of 3, and Dave Hollins very much a part of the win last night with 2 big hits.
Yeah, talking to Jim Fregosi before the game, Harry, he said he thought that it would be 4 to 6 weeks after that hand operation that Dave Hollins would be back both offensively and defensively. He said, as you noticed last night, he didn't put in Kim Batiste for him because he thinks he's coming back defensively also. Offensively, as you see on the screen there, I mean, he is really hot in his last 9 games, batting way over 400, and last night a big game getting those 2-out RBIs as the Phils won some important games against Atlanta. So Jim Fregosi's really happy with the progress Hollins is making.
Jose De Leon gets his 3rd start of the year. He'll be opposed by Pat Rapp, a right-hander, and we'll be back with the starting lineups after these messages.
The Phillies and the Florida Marlins is being brought to you by Smooth Busch Beer and Easy Drinkin' Busch Light. Head for the mountains of Busch. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By the Bell Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Independence Blue Cross. Personal choice. The health plan that controls costs, not people.
What is a mountain man's natural environment? Let's explore. A mountain man enjoys peaceful surroundings. A place where gentle winds blow. And the beauty of nature is all about. Only here does the mountain man find true happiness with a Smooth Busch Beer or an easy drinking Busch Light. So, head for the mountains and find out how the true mountain man can make any environment a more natural one.
When you win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5, you'll get all the cash all at once in one lump sum. And won't that feel good? Cash 5, all the cash all at once. To win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5 lump sum jackpot, just match 5 of 39 numbers. Any 5 numbers you're attached to. Cash 5, all the cash all at once.
When you move into a new house, little things are going to come up. Unexpected things. Things the previous owner forgot to mention. So to make your new house a home, turn to the book with more choices. It can even help if you want to get out of the house for a while. But you'll learn Bella Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bella Penn.
Back at Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami, the Phillies and the Florida Marlins, first game of this 3-game series. And Joe Robbie Stadium did a nice job of converting this from a football stadium to a baseball park. Got the scoreboard out in left and left center field, the huge scoreboard, which is in play. To hit a home run, you've got to hit it over that scoreboard. There you see it. But it's really not that much of a problem for hitters. We've seen the Phillies in batting practice just juicing balls into the blue seats over the scoreboard. Picnic area out in right center field where fans can enjoy food and beverages while watching the Florida Marlins. Marlins have been a competitive expansion team. They've fallen on some hard times of late, but they stay in most games that they play. They had a tough series at St. Louis where they gave up a lot of runs. But for the most part this year, they have been competitive, and they remain ahead of the New York Mets in National League East. Jim Fragosi's lineup tonight will have Lenny Dykstra center field leading off. Mariano Duncan second base bats second. John Kruk first baseman hitting third. Dave Hollins third base bats fourth. Darren Daulton catching hitting fifth. Jim Eisenreich in right field will bat sixth. Milt Thompson left fielder hitting seventh. Kevin Stocker the shortstop bats eighth, and Jose De Leon pitching and hitting ninth. They are facing the right-hander Pat Rapp.
Pat Rapp is 6'3", 205-pounder. He's 26 years of age, out of Sulphur, Louisiana. First-round pick of the Giants in June of 1989, making start number 6 on the year. There are the numbers 1 and 3, a 3.26 earned run average, 8 and 4 at AAA Edmonton, 3.43 ERA in 17 games. Harry, all of them starts before they brought him up.
Defensively behind him, Gary Sheffield at third base, Walt Weiss the shortstop, Rich Renteria at second base, and Orestes Destrade at first base. Benito Santiago catches Rapp in the outfield. It'll be Jeff Conine in left, Chuck Carr in center, and Darrell Whitmore in right. Umpires tonight, Ed Montague calls the balls and strikes. Mike Winters at first base, Jeff Kellogg at second, and Mark Hirschbeck umpiring at third. Lenny Dykstra, who scored 3 runs last night, will lead it off. Dykstra now with 101 runs scored. That's the quickest any Philly has reached the century mark in runs scored since 1932, when Chuck Klein had 100 runs scored in late July.
And Chuck Klein's a Hall of Famer. Out of a Phillies uniform, played the old days at Baker Bowles. You take a look at the bench with the new addition of the Phillies. Club very, very happy over those 3 games in Atlanta, obviously, knowing they could have swept that series, but you know, realistically happy to leave there 2 out of 3 when you're playing the Braves, who really needed to win and weren't able to get it done.
Lenny Dykstra to lead it off. He's batting at .305. Chuck Roth celebrating a birthday today in Philadelphia. Chuck loves Pete Incaviglia. 1 ball and no strikes. Rapp, an original first-round draft pick of San Francisco. In the June '89 draft, he was the 5th pick in the first round, 10th overall pick in the expansion draft. 1 ball and 1 strike. He throws fastball, slider, and a changeup. A little bit high. It's 2-1. He had a good strikeout walk ratio at Edmonton, 107 innings, 93 strikeouts, 34 walks. Ground ball hit sharply, but grabbed by Renteria, and Dykstra is out, 1 down. That'll bring on Mariano Duncan. Dunk batting at .270.
Batting second.
Mike Sikorsky is celebrating a birthday today back in Philadelphia. And Bob Stutz, great Phillies fan, number 69 today. One ball and no strikes to Mariano Duncan.
You notice Duncan playing tonight against a right-hander. Mickey Morandini playing against a right-hander last night. Fregosi emphasizing all along that he's not in a strict platoon at second base.
Beaten back foul, 1-1.
He's very, very happy, as everybody around the ball club is, with Kevin Stocker. So Kevin Stocker's in the lineup. And at this point, then Fregosi decides who his second baseman's going to be on a given night.
Missing inside, it's 2-1. For the Florida Marlins, what they need is their starting pitchers to go deep into games. So if they have a lead, they can go to a good closer in Brian Harvey.
See, Rapp comes from the side a little bit. As Harry mentioned, he's a hard thrower, fastball slider, and he comes from the side with a little bit of a hesitation almost, and it really got Duncan to pull off. Watch him pull off. He does not pick up breaking ball at all there, and everything is gone by the time it gets to home plate.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Mariano Duncan. Slams the ball to left field, just fair, and going all the way to the corner. And Duncan will roll into second with a stand-up double. Gave him a changeup to hit, and Duncan waited very nicely on it and ripped it down that left field line.
As you see Duncan hitting the pitch down the left field line, he tried to do the same thing to him as he did last time, except that one he got a little bit middle in. The difference in that pitch was about a foot from where it was away from Duncan. That time he was able to still pull off it and yet hit it because Rapp didn't get it where he wanted.
So Duncan at second base with 1 out for John Kruk, hitting at .344. Kruk tied for second in the league in hitting at .344, leads the league in on-base percentage. Andres Galarraga no longer listed in the top 10 in hitting because not enough plate appearances. So the leader now in the league standings is Orlando Merced at .352.
You need 502 plate appearances to qualify for a batting title. And there's a formula involved during the year. At certain points, how many do you have to be listed? When Galarraga gets back, they insist if he's healthy, they're going to get him enough plate appearances to give him a chance to win the batting title.
Kruk beats another ball foul, 0-2.
Happy birthday, number 93, to Charles Carabell of Philadelphia, and to Dot Burns from Westchester, and Edward Marone of Allentown, Pennsylvania, 63.
2 balls and 2 strikes to John Kruk with Mariano Duncan at second base and 1 out. Fastball backed him off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. David Getz and Lisa Gonzalez here, cheering for the Phils. They will be married on Sunday back in Philadelphia. 2-2. Joe Laughlin and the Argyle Sox softball team here visiting Miami and rooting for the Phils.
There are a lot of people here from the Philadelphia area tonight.
Yeah, quite a few Phillies fans. That one's off the foot of Trucker, and that one hurts him.
Yeah, you could hear him yell out. We have the home plate microphone down there is picking up how the ball's hitting the glove too, and you can hear that Rapp is throwing really hard, and that ball whacked off Kruk's foot. Santiago and he are very good friends from their Padre days, so they're talking it over.
We've mentioned several times how unselfish the Phillies club is. Kruk, a good example of that last night after taking a very weak 0 for 5 collar, was one of the happiest guys in the club as we flew into Fort Lauderdale last night. Got him with a changeup. Kruk goes down swinging. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Dave Hollins.
Phillies have seen Rapp one other time last year with the Giants, but have to go through a hitter or two and try and figure out what he's throwing. That's the first really good changeup that he's thrown, and he showed that he'll throw it to a left-handed batter, and Kruk can pass that along, and they of course saw it on the bench.
Dave Hollins hitting at .283, knocked in 4 last night, boosting his season total to 66. Fourth in the league in runs scored. And he's been a good hitter with runners in scoring position. 318 his average with runners in scoring position. Low of it, 2-0. Rapson's being called up from Edmonton, 1-3. This is his sixth start. Pretty good ERA at 3.26. This with his breaking ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Darren Dalton waiting on deck. Walks on 4 pitches, and the Phillies have 2 men on base, 2 outs for Dutch Dalton. Dutch hitting at 253. He's second in the league in RBIs with 80 behind Barry Bonds, who has 84. Fourth in the league in walks and 6th in on-base percentage. Rob Seifert, Mike Hurley, and Mike Boyce from Collingdale, Pennsylvania, here for this weekend series. Over at the knees for a called strike. Outside with it. 1-1.
Dalton a little surprised that he got tossed by Randy Marsh last night in that ball game. They had a quick exchange. It didn't last very long. And he was thrown out, and he found out later that that was the first guy that Randy Marsh had thrown out all year.
Rapp slipped on the delivery on the mound, and the ball bounced up there. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a little groundwork in the front of that mound.
Birthday wishes tonight to John Wright from Woodbury, New Jersey, from daughter Joyce and family. He's 62 tonight.
Outside, 3-1.
Duncan just slipped. There's a big spot that he's checking out in the infield right now. He started a break. Of course, he's not running in that situation, but his feet went out from under him. He almost went down. It's about 10 more feet to his right, the spot that he hit, and skidded.
That you look for a fastball to drive here. Didn't get a fastball. It's ball 4. Gave him a 3-1 slider. That will load the bases. Dalton walks for the 85th time. He's 4th in the league in that department.
So typical of the Phillies with the number of base runners they have in games, and so many times is because of the number of walks that they draw.
Here's Eisenreich hitting at 330. Eis has been a good hitter with runners in scoring position. 354 his average with runners in scoring position.
That's Marcel Lachman, who is the pitching coach, brother of the manager.
Now Santiago calls time. Wants to talk to Rapp. Marcel Lachman coming out to talk to his pitcher.
Well, in that game that Rapp pitched against the Phillies last year, in 2 1/3 innings, he walked 5 in that game. So in his major league career, he's had some problems with his control. He's already thrown 25 pitches here in the first inning. Harry, you mentioned that they want to get the starter to get to Harvey. With 25 pitches in the first inning, they'll be using the bullpen at that rate.
They had a tough series against St. Louis, gave up a lot of runs because they had to use their middle inning relief pitchers so much in that series.
There is Brian Harvey, the guy that Harry was mentioning earlier, one of the really good closers in this league.
High with it. 2-0. Phillies have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the first. and he's for a strike. 2-1.
Montague, the home plate umpire, is a guy notorious for a small strike zone. He's very much like Randy Marsh, and he's squeezing Rapp a little bit.
3 balls and a strike. Hard ground ball, but it's right at Renteria, and that will retire the side. Rapp gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Phillies lead and loaded after 1/2. Phil's nothing. Florida coming to bat.
Like a nightmare. I was scared, angry. Later I realized how lucky we were to be with Nationwide Insurance.
The robbery really devastated Don's family. Obviously, I got one of our claims people involved right away.
They were very supportive. They wrote us in advance and promised to get everything back to the way it was.
Being there and getting their life back to normal, that's what mattered most.
Nationwide is on your side.
Promises, promises, promises. The papers are full of them. Dearden Buick makes one promise. Top dollar for your trade and the best possible cash difference. Shop Dearden in Langhorne for the best closeout deals on 93 Buicks. Dearden beats the high overhead mega dealers in Langhorne. There's more to Langhorne than Reedman and McCafferty. There's Dearden Buick. Shop and compare. If you price a Buick, you'll buy a Buick at Dearden. Visit their 50-car climate-controlled showroom on Route 1 in Langhorne.
It's the last business person special of the year. Wednesday, August 25th at 12:35. The Phillies play the Rockies, and all fans get a handsome poster featuring all the Phillies pitchers' compliments of Mellon PSFS. Call 463-1000 now.
Rene Latchman's lineup for the Florida Marlins tonight has Chuck Carr center field leading off. Rich Renteria at second base bats second. Jeff Conine left fielder hitting third. Gary Sheffield, the third baseman, bats fourth. Orestes Destrade at first base hitting fifth. Darrell Whitmore in right field bats sixth. Benito Santiago catching hitting seventh. Walt Weiss, the shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching, Pat Rapp. They are facing Jose De Leon.
Jose making his third start of the year. He's 32, lives in nearby Boca Raton. One of his other starts right here, a no decision in Joe Robbie Stadium.
Dave Hollins at third base behind him. Kevin Stocker, the shortstop. Mariano Duncan at second, and John Kruk at first. Aaron Dalton catching. In the outfield, Milt Thompson in left, Lenny Dykstra in center, and Jim Eisenreich in right. Chuck Carr leads off for the Marlins, hitting at 260, a switch hitter. Breaking ball for a strike. De Leon 3-0, a 3.21 ERA. Missed the slider. No balls and 2 strikes. Jose pressed into service with Danny Jackson missing a turn. Jackson will pitch again next Saturday at Veterans Stadium. Jackson, a little bit of a rib cage problem. Pops a foul. Dalton near the stands and couldn't make the play and falls in the dugout. He's protected by Rene Latchman. Tough play for Dalton. There's still a ball and 2 strikes to Card. Dutch gave it all he had, but he just ran out of room, and he's looking to see where the dugout is. Now he's found the dugout and just couldn't make the play. Nice of Latchman to help him out.
Charlie Huff was there helping him out too, the venerable one.
Flicks a foul over the head of Octavio Rojas, the third base coach.
Here's Cookie.
Cookie Rojas. Beta Pinson coaches at first for Rene Latchman.
2 pretty good major league players on the
really.
coaching lines, those 2 guys.
Missing with a breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Send get well wishes along tonight as you look at 2 guys who are getting well quickly. Danny Jackson threw today. He will pitch next Saturday. They will not DL him. And Tommy Green's ready to go in his start next week scheduled appearance.
But he is currently on the disabled list. Here's a base hit to center field by Chuck Carr. So Carr is a leadoff base runner for the Marlins, and he'll have to be watched. He likes to run. Third in the league in stolen bases with 33.
Jose got ahead of him with breaking pitches. He threw him another one there, and Chuck Carr just hit it right back up through the middle. Got out in front a little bit, but still kept his hands back pretty well.
Brings on Rich Renteria. De Leon in his career has held right-hand hitters to the lowest batting average in the major leagues. He just passed J.R. Richard for that distinction this year. Right-handers are hitting just 182 against him this year. And coming into the season, right-handers were hitting 1904. They were hitting 1901 in the career of J.R. Richards. So De Leon has taken over the lead in that category. Missing 2 balls and no strikes.
Renteria is a guy who handles the bat pretty well, and you saw Vada Pinson talking to Carr the pitch prior to that. This is a combination that you might hit and run with, although they'd probably rather Carr try and steal the base.
Carr doing a lot of dancing around first base. Looks like he might be running. 2 balls and no strikes. He holds, and it's low and away. 3-0. Dalton out to talk to De Leon. De Leon's strikeout walk ratio not real good. 42 innings, 29 strikeouts, and 24 walks. He's also thrown a lot of wild pitches. In 42 innings, he's uncorked 5 wild pitches.
Most of them on the forkball.
Yep. Got that one over on the outside corner. It's 3-1.
Scott well wishes we're going to send the longer to Mike Rygosh, R-I-G-O-S-C-H, in Jefferson Hospital. Hope he feels better real soon. And happy birthday to Eleanor Carroll in Reading. She is 68.
There goes Chuck Carr. He got a tremendous jump, and Dalton still nailed him. Boy, what a big jump Carr got, and Dalton with a super throw to Kevin Stocker, 1 out.
It did look like he had a tremendous jump off first. That there's no way they were going to get Carr, who walks off the field in that inimitable style of his. Look at the jump he got. I mean, he has a good stride too, and a strong throw. It's just down.
Great throw, yeah. And he probably was in there.
You look at that replay, I think he beat it. Yeah. But it sounded better the way you called it the first time.
Walks Renteria. Carr, as we mentioned, third in the league in steals, but he's now been thrown out 15 times. He leads the league in being thrown out. There he is.
See his hand, and it's close.
Like he got it in there, but Jeff Kellogg said no, and he's the one that matters, and the batter is Jeff Conine.
This Kellogg doesn't want to have another discussion with Fregosi like he had on Sunday at the vet.
Breaking ball for a strike to Conine, who's hitting a .319. That's 8th best in the league. He's hit safely in the last 7 games, hitting .464 in the last 7 ball games. Ground ball, Stocker, what a play. The throw, though, gets by Duncan. Renteria rounding third, being waved home, going to third base, Conine. And the Marlins take a 1-0 lead. And we'll have to wait and see if they scored a hit and an error or just an error. But At any rate, Renteria scores and Conine ends up at third base.
Well, that's a no man's land throw once it gets by Duncan, because Kruk is over at first, anticipating maybe a relay and a double play, so he's not backing it up. Duncan doesn't come up with it and get one out of it. Stocker makes a good play to start it off. This is a play as a second baseman where you have to make sure you get one. You may even have to come off the bag and protect the ball and not even get an out on that play, but prevent what happened, and he didn't.
Batter will be Gary Sheffield, and he offered it a low breaking ball. Sheffield hitting at .298. 15 homers. He's knocked in 53.
There is a hit and an error on that.
Yeah. So give Conine a hit.
Look how open Sheffield is.
Chases a pitch way outside.
When did he go into this stance? I mean, saw him a lot with San Diego, and my goodness, is he open.
No balls and 2 strikes. Bounced that pitch up there, and he didn't chase it. Sheffield won the batting crown last year. Coming over from San Diego, of course. Flirted with the Triple Crown last year, did Sheffield. But his teammate, Crying Dog McGriff, won the home run crown, and Darren Dalton the RBI crown. Sheffield knocked in 100. He chases a very bad ball. So De Leon didn't throw a strike to him the entire at bat, but gets a strikeout, 2 down.
That's some approach at Sheffield. The Phillies have decided this year, when he was with San Diego, they're going to pitch him away all the time and see what he does with it, because he wants it middle in. But as you said, Harry, he did not have one at strike. He looked like he had absolutely no concentration on that at bat. He just went up there flailing.
Here's Orestes Destrade hitting at .259, batting .295 right-handed, .240 left-handed. Has a career best 10-game hitting streak alive, hitting .405 in the last 10. Led the Japan Professional League in home runs the last 2 years. From Cuba. Trilingual, speaks Spanish, Japanese, and English. Two balls and no strikes. Doing nothing to Orestes Destrade. 3-0. I give Destrade a green light here. Throws him a breaking ball and misses the second walk of the inning given up by De Leon. So the Marlins have runners at the corners, first and third, 2 outs for Darrell Whitmore. Whitmore hitting at .241. He was hitting .355 for Edmonton prior to being called up, a 24-year-old. Graduate of West Virginia University, where he was a defensive back for 4 years for the Mountaineers. Beats a foul. 8th pick in the first round of the expansion draft from Cleveland. No balls and a strike to Whitmore. Outside with it, 1-1. Inside again, 2-1.
Phillies in this series know that they have the potential for pitching problems because of Jackson and Tommy Green not able to take their normal starts in the rotation. So they have to go to Jose and to Tyler Green and see what happens. Right, and they're short because Anderson can't pitch tonight.
On the inside corner, Whitmore didn't like the call. It's 2-2.
That's 26 pitches already for Jose De Leon here in the first inning as we look at that pitch called a strike, which was inside, it looked like.
2-2 to Whitmore. Struck him out on a forkball, a foul tip that'll retire the side. The Marlins get an unearned run. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 Philly error, 2 men left, and at the end of 1, it's 1-0 Florida.
While some travel the path of luxury, others search for the road of fiscal responsibility. However, for a limited time, there is an alternate route, one that offers the best of both. The Mitsubishi Diamante ES Lease, just $299 a month with no money down. So lease a Diamante from Mitsubishi.
Take the direct route to your 3-state Mitsubishi Motors dealer.
You ever eat bear?
No.
You're gonna like it. Tastes just like chicken.
What's that?
Look, if you want the taste of chicken, come to Roy Rogers, where 5 pieces of Roy's incredible fried chicken are just $3.99.
So, what do you think? Great. Tastes just like chicken.
Roy Rogers. Do you want your car done right?
If you want your car done right, it has to be done by the right people.
We take care of our customers. We do the job right.
Quality all the way.
Experience counts.
The customer comes first.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
We're only as good as our people. That's why Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
After 1 inning of play, Florida 1, the Phillies 0. Upcoming telecasts of Phillies baseball include the final 2 games of this series with the Marlins right here on PHL 17. Tomorrow night's game starts at 7. Sunday night's game at 6. Milt Thompson leads it off for the Phils here in the 2nd. Milt batting at .254. 1 ball and no strikes. Back through the middle, a base hit to center field. So Thompson is a leadoff base runner for Kevin Stocker.
The shortstop, number 19.
The Phillies have had young Rapp in trouble right out of the chute. That looked like he might have thrown another change up there. That ball was trying to come down, but he hung it right up in the air to Milt Thompson. Hits it right back through the middle. That's what Thompson does well, is hit balls back through the box.
Stocker hitting at .412. He has a 10-game hitting streak, batting .514 in the last 10. One ball and no strikes. Stocker won't be bunting here with De Leon due up next. And he has really been swinging a hot bat. He's that one foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
An error on him in the first inning is his third. It's a tough error because Duncan really did not play that play the way he probably should have. He got himself into a position where he looked like a first baseman almost. And once that happens, you commit yourself there as an infielder, and there's any kind of an errant throw, it's trouble because there's nobody to back it up.
Stocker had to throw from his knees. Beats the ball foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mel Thompson at first and nobody out. Missing with it. 2-2 to Kevin Stocker. Two strikes to Stocker. Fouls off a tough pitch fastball on the outside part of the plate. Still 2-2.
Florida drawing really well in their first year here. 1,928,000 coming into tonight's game in 48 days. You see another huge crowd here. They're averaging 40,168 in their first year here at Joe Robbie Stadium. Two real success stories, the Marlins and the Colorado Rockies.
2-2 to Stocker. Rounds a foul on the third base side. Still 2-2. Phillies front office personnel Sharon Snyder and Tara Tarutis here for this weekend's series against these Marlins. Mel Thompson back. Mel's stolen 7 bases this year out of 10 attempts. Straight back.
Stocker early on in his major league career, like he's got a chance to be pesky, especially from the left side, which is his offside. He's stronger right-handed. I think he's going to drive the ball a little bit better right-handed. From the left side, he has these kind of at-bats where he fouls pitches off and tries to go the other way, tries to put it in play more from the left side.
Rapp again going over to first base, and Milt Thompson again back.
Milt Thompson needs one more steal for number 200 in his career.
Hit to the opposite field. Conine is there and makes the catch. Stocker is out, 1 down. That'll bring on Jose De Leon, and he'll be up there to try to move the runner along. Jose is 0 for 5. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Phillies may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Lifetime De Leon is an 091 hitter.
Has yet to sacrifice this year.
Takes a strike. Atlanta has a 2-0 lead over Montreal after 1 at Fulton County Stadium. John Smoltz against Kirk Reuter in that one. Bunts it foul.
De Leon's really pulling off. Rapp is going to be tough against right-handed batters, as we showed earlier against Duncan. He has that. He works off the right hand, the third base side of the rubber, and comes from the side. And I would think he's not real comfortable for De Leon right now, trying to get the bunt down.
A little bit wide, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Those guys that throw across their body from the side like that are very difficult on right-handed batters.
Bunted through the ball for a strikeout. That'll be the second strikeout for Rapp. 2 down here in the second. It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra, who grounded sharply to second his first time up.
I think after having seen Rapp, you can see arm-wise why he was a #1 pick. He definitely has a great arm. Now, whether or not he's ever going to be able to harness it and throw strikes consistently and win up here. You know, we'll see as time goes on, but velocity-wise, stuff-wise, he throws the ball pretty well.
Yeah, his fastball's in the 90s. Low and away for a ball, 1-0 to Lenny Dykstra.
The Neiman family from Pottstown here at the game tonight, and Sheldon and Brenda, Shannon and Todd Bergman from Lancaster.
Mel Thompson back. With 2 outs, he would be more prone to be a base stealing threat here.
Really playing Dykstra to pull with the second baseman Renteria.
There goes Mel Thompson. The throw is right on the money from Santiago, and Milt is thrown out. To retire the side. No runs a hit, no errors, none left. 1-0 Florida at the end of 1.5.
Wavelength. It's the place to get the 411 on music.
Bell, Biv, DeVoe.
Lifestyles.
I'm gonna get a navel piercing. See right here.
Gossip.
Yo, Madonna, what's up with them stripes?
Straight talk.
We've got good students doing bad things.
And celebrities.
Are you tired of each other yet? Yeah.
Wavelength. It's like a talk show, but cooler.
Weeknights at 5:30 on PHL 17.
The Cadillac Eldorado has the performance answers to make driving enjoyable. A 200 horsepower V8, an electronically controlled transmission, and a speed-sensitive suspension. Eldorado also has the financial answers, because now you can lease a 1993 Eldorado for 24 months for only $469 a month with $21.93 down. And with terms like these, they're sure to go fast. See your Cadillac Super Network dealers.
Legend has it, Colonel Sanders' secret recipe for a new kind of chicken lay lost for years. Until one fateful day.
Rotisserie chicken recipe. Confidential.
The rest is history. Introducing the Colonel's Rotisserie Gold. Marinated then slow roasted as only the uncontested master of great tasting chicken would have done it.
You've still got it.
The Colonel's Rotisserie Gold. At KFC, we do chicken right.
It's the 4th Business Person Special of the season. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. Thursday, August 12th at 12:35 when the Phillies play the young, explosive Expos. Put some exciting baseball on your calendar. Call 463-1000.
Thursday, August 12th against Montreal. We have our 4th Business Person Special of the year at 12:35. Always lots of fun. Baseball in the sun. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. That's August 12th at 12:35. For tickets, call 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS, Broad and Chestnut Streets. Benito Santiago leads it off. Pitch really wasn't that far inside, but Santiago reacted as though it was going to hit him. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, he feels
about it.
Yeah, he feels a little foolish about it because it was a breaking ball and it just got him to bail.
1 ball and no strikes to Santiago, who's hitting at .227. Marlins lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. That ball's well hit. Thompson back there, though, makes the catch. In front of the warning track. He had a good cut, but must have got it off the end of the bat.
Right, Harry. He got it exactly right off the end of the bat. And Santiago pulls off a fastball. And you see where it hit. Right on the end. It's a couple inches away from being a home run on the bat, at least.
I'll bring on the shortstop, Walt Weiss. He's hitting at .267, batting .222 right-handed, .283 left-handed. One ball and no strikes.
Weiss, the guy a lot of fans wanted the Phillies to get early in the year when they were struggling with the shortstop position, but the Phillies kept holding out thinking they could get Stocker ready, and it's probably worked out for the best.
Job Stocker has done, certainly. 2 balls and no strikes. missing for a ball, 3-0.
Here's Darren Dalton down there trying to get Jose De Leon to throw strikes.
Three balls and a strike to Walt Weiss. One down here in the second. Walked him on a low pitch. That'll be the third walk given up by De Leon. It'll bring up the pitcher, Pat Rapp. Rapp has 2 hits and 11 at bats, hitting at 182. Probably will be bunting here.
He has also yet to put down a successful sacrifice this year.
He does have a couple of RBIs for his 2 hits. Bunts it hard to Kruk, who juggles, still will get the out at first. Kruk was going to go to second base, and he would get the lead runner had he not juggled, but it'll be no error. Sacrifice is good. It goes Kruk to Duncan for out number 2, and Weiss moves up to second. I'll bring on Chuck Carr. Carr singled up the middle his first time up. Here's the bunt. It's a hard one.
It turns into an adventure because Kruk is a good thrower. Charges it, and he wants to go to second, as Harry said, and then he throws high to first, and Duncan barely can stay on the bag.
But they do get Rapp, and that'll bring on Chuck Carr. Breaking ball. Just missing for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Well hit to deep right field, and this ball is out of here. 2-run home run, Chuck Carr. Just his 3rd home run of the year and his first left-handed. And the Marlins have taken a 3-0 lead here in the second. Fifth home run given up by De Leon.
Well, he throws him a nothing fastball right out over the plate, and Chuck Carr is not supposed to hit a home run left-handed.
One strike to Rich Renteria.
Marlins only have 62 home runs total, lowest in the league.
A ball and a strike to Renteria. Missing wide, it's 2-1. Foul over the Phillies bullpen. Here's Chuck Carr. Well, that breaking ball did not miss by much at all. Renteria flinched, but it broke on the what looked like the inside part of the plate. De Leon does not get the call. In the air to center field. Lenny Dykstra there makes the catch. That'll retire the side. But the Marlins scored 2 in the inning on a 2-run homer by Carr. 1 hit, no errors, and none left. At the end of 2, Florida leads the Bills 3-0.
Waiting, there's no time to waste. Come see, come conquer, there's only one place. Busch Gardens, the nearby faraway place. Busch Gardens.
Quality Plus Ford dealers have the #1 selling trucks. Save $1,300 now on a well-equipped Ford F-150, the #1 selling truck in the world. Or drive a loaded Ranger for just $199 per month for 24 months. The new Ranger Splash is the hottest pickup in town. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer, the home of 5 of the top 10 sellers.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
Now, reports of a legendary two-footed object have been growing.
Anything? Nothing.
Must be big. Even Chet's seen it.
We're getting something.
Coming over the hill, Sarge.
Hit the lights, boys! Bigfoot!
Bigfoot Pizza, the legendary value from Pizza Hut, with 2 square feet and a tasty new crust you can't get anywhere else. All for $10.99.
Okay, folks, let's break it up.
Bigfoot Pizza, the biggest pizza you can get delivered.
Kevin, what is wrong with you?
Are you having a problem?
This isn't a problem. It's...
A zit! No!
Boy, it's a scream to be a teen, isn't it? On the Wonder Years.
Weeknights 5:30 and 6 on PHL 17.
Lenny Dykstra leads it off for the Phils. Our trivia question tonight brought to you by Roy Rogers. Going into tonight's action, John Kruk had an on-base percentage of .470. If he maintains that pace, he could possibly record the National League's highest on-base percentage since expansion. We're not talking Miami, Colorado expansion, but we're talking the Mets expansion. Who's the current holder of the National League's highest single-season on-base percentage since expansion? One to Lenny Dykstra, who grounded out his first time up. It's 2-1 to him.
Well, that's basically an impossible question.
Well, just think of guys that get on base with hits and walks.
Which league?
National. Three balls and 2 strikes to Lenny Dykstra. Him out. That's the 3rd strikeout for Pat Rapp.
Lenny Dykstra looked like he was trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark then. It's a big swing for him to take. That ball went down on him, and it might have been a breaking ball or a changeup. The ball really went down in a hurry, and he just swung over it. He figured he was going to get a fastball to hit there.
Well, on Sunday, August 15th, when the Phillies take on the Mets, a week from Sunday, a brand new giveaway item for all youngsters 14 and under, a gray shirt that looks just like the Phillies road jersey, including the logo and the Phillies red. Compliments of Gatorade. That'll be the Phils and the Mets road jerseys for all youngsters on Sunday, August 15th. Order your tickets now by calling 463-1000. Mariano Duncan doubled his first time up. Wide with it, 2-0.
Did that player play in the National League East or West?
West. 2-0 to Duncan. Three and nothing to Mariano Duncan. Borderline strike, the old automatic. Three balls and 1 strike. It's over. It's a full count.
Rapp's run a lot of deep counts. He walked several batters in the first inning, and he's run a couple of 3-ball counts in this inning.
He chased a low and away slider, and he comes back to strike him out after falling behind 3-0.
Another 3-2 breaking ball. Got Dykstra, and now he gets Duncan to chase one here. Ball bounced up there, and nice play by Santiago.
I'll bring on John Kruk. Krucker struck out his first time up. A rare night in last night's game where he did not reach base via a hit or a walk. Hardly ever does that. He took an 0 for 5 collar.
He looks like he's having trouble with his weight shift again. He came out in early this afternoon, and you know, he's always got physical problems. You just don't know when they're inhibiting his play.
1 ball and 1 strike.
He just looks real stiff.
They punch him in the outfield, take away the alleys and give him the lines. Up and in, 2-2. Wide with a changeup. It's a full count.
The thing Rapp's been doing a lot of early in this game is throwing a lot of off-speed pitches in fastball type situations and throwing them pretty well too.
Beats the ball foul. Still 3-2. Montreal got 3 back on Atlanta. They lead Atlanta 3-2 after 2. Pittsburgh Met game at Shea has been rained out. San Diego leading Colorado 1-0 after 1. Colorado's lost 11 in a row. Trucks aboard with a walk. That's his 87th walk. He's second in the league in that department. And it will bring up Dave Hollins, the 3rd walk given up by Pat Rapp. American League East really tight. Toronto's lead is 1 over New York and Boston. Boston playing at Detroit tonight. That's 0-0 after 2. Roger Clemens for the Bo Sox against Bill Gullickson. Toronto leading their game at home against Milwaukee 2-1 after 2. 1 strike to Hollins, Jack Morris, and Jamie Navarro in that one. Baltimore is also in the thick of things. They are 3 games back in American League East, and they lead Cleveland at home 2-0 behind Rick Sutcliffe. David Segui a home run. Well smacked into deep center field. Out of room out there though, and Carr makes the catch in front of the warning track to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. 3-0 Florida.
The Phillies look to cook a Canadian goose when they play Montreal Tuesday, August 10th, and Wednesday, August 11th at 7:35, and Thursday, August 12th at 12:35 at a business person special. Then Bonilla, Doc, and the Mets make a house call Friday, August 13th, 7:35, Saturday, August 14th, 7:05, and Sunday, August 15th at 1:35, when kids 14 and under get a free Phillies road jersey. Call 463-1000.
Nothing sends chills down your spine and straight to your wallet like the cost of health care today.
Your medical bill, ma'am.
Which is why we're introducing HMO Blue to calm your fears with the largest choice of doctors.
Oh, yeah?
And low co-payments.
Really?
New HMO Blue from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Jersey. A better way of caring.
The Cadillac DeVille has the safety answers. An anti-lock braking system, advanced airbag technology, and a 200 horsepower V8. DeVille also has the financial answers. Now you can receive a $3,000 special bonus from Cadillac when you purchase a new 1993 DeVille. And the $3,000 bonus on the Cadillac DeVille makes a safe investment even safer. See your Cadillac Super Network dealers.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Smooth Bush Beer and easy drinking Bush Light. Head for the mountains of Bush. By Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now and have your pizza by the 6th inning. And by your local Quality Plus Ford dealer, where you'll find 5 of the top 10 best-selling vehicles in America. Jeff Conine leads it off for the Marlins here in the bottom of the 3rd. He got an infield single his first time up. Keeping a hitting streak going. He's hit safely in 8 straight. Misses a slider, 1 strike. Our trivia question tonight brought to you by Roy Rogers. Going into tonight's action, John Kruk's on-base percentage .470. He maintains that pace. He could record the National League's highest on-base percentage since expansion of the Mets in Montreal. Who would be the current holder of National League's highest single-season on-base percentage since expansion?
I'll give you that answer right after this pitch.
All right.
Or guess.
Nothing in 2 to Jeff Conine. Breaking ball, and Lenny Dykstra has room out there. It's a pretty vast center field here at Joe Robbie Stadium, and just to the left of straightaway center, as you can see, it's .434. A little crevice and right, just to the right of straightaway center, is .404.
Yeah, it's a pretty honest ballpark out that way.
Here's Gary Sheffield. He struck out chasing bad pitches his first time up.
That stance.
Ground ball to Dave Hollins at third base. Sheffield's retired, 2 quick outs. The answer to the trivia question is?
The answer to the trivia question is, I think it's a guy who is presently a resident of nearby Boca Raton, Pete Rose.
Good guess. Incorrect, however.
Who is it?
Pete's teammate.
Joe Morgan?
The sweet P.
Had to be one of them.
Joe Morgan in 75 had an on-base percentage of .471.
Wow.
Walked 132 times that year. Here's Orestes Destrade. He walked his first time up, lays off the high pitch. Yankees and Minnesota are scoreless at the end of 2 at Minnesota. Bob Wickman against Kevin Tapani in that one. 2 balls and no strikes to Destrade.
Jeff Corbin, Cherry Hill at the ball game tonight. Wanted to say hello to his mom and dad Alan and Sharon back in Cherry Hill.
High pop foul. Hollins over, but he'll run out of room. It goes back into the crowd. 2-1 to Destrade. Florida leading at 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Chuck Carr, the big blow, a 2-run home run. Forkball fooled him. 2-2 to Destrade. With a slider, struck him out. The 3rd strikeout for De Leon. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. Rich Ashburn will join Chris Wheeler in the 4th at the end of 3-0 Florida.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. Get done, it's up to you and me. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Here.
The new Lexus GS Luxury Performance Sedan.
It not only corners better than the BMW 540i, but it rides smoother. Of course, if you still insist on feeling every pebble in the road, be our guest. See the GS at your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer. The price is within reach, too.
There are lots of ways to have fun at a baseball game besides the game. Now, the games. The Phillies give Colorado a Rocky Mountain Low Monday, August 23rd and Tuesday the 24th at 7:35 and Wednesday the 25th at 12:35 in a business person special. Then Cincinnati turns red Friday, August 27th at 7:35, Saturday the 28th at 7:05 and Sunday the 29th at 1:35 when kids get a baseball jacket free. Call 463-1000.
Well, it's the final midweek ball game of the year. All fans will receive a terrific Pride of the Phillies poster featuring the Phil's pitching staff. Compliments of Mellon PSFS Business Person Special number 5 on Wednesday, August the 25th at 12:35. Phillies and the Colorado Rockies. Last chance to see the Colorado Ball Club at the Vet this year. Just call 463-1000 or stop by the Vet Stadium ticket office and pick up your tickets. Rich Ashburn joins us as Darren Daulton leads it off. Daulton, Eisenreich, and Thompson, 3 left-handed batters to face the right-hander Pat Rapp. And the first pitch sails inside. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts thus far for Rapp, throwing fastball, breaking ball, pretty good changeup.
Picked up a couple of strikeouts on 3-2 changeups, which you don't ordinarily see out of a young pitcher.
One of the Dykstra.
That's one thing an expansion club can do. They can gamble a little bit. They can try to develop.
Daulton fouls it away. 2 balls and a strike on Darren, who walked in the first inning to load the bases, and then Eisenreich hit a hard ground ball on a 3-1 pitch to second to end the inning. 3-0 Florida as we head into the 4th. Manager Renee Latchman looks on. Charlie Huff there in your picture, and pitching coach Marcel Latchman. Charlie Huff is going to pitch here on Sunday. Daulton fouls another one away, left side, out of play. Pitch number 70 already for Rapp, and we're just in the 4th inning. As I mentioned, he has 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he has run quite a few deep counts.
He's a big, strong young man. He ought to be able to throw quite a few pitches.
6'3", 205-pounder, 26 years of age. Latchman and Charlie Huff there. Daulton beats it foul first base side.
And a birthday greeting to Carl Peakey from all the Peakeys in Pennsylvania and Delaware and all the Ronchettis in Oklahoma. Father of Carlene, who works at the station.
And he runs another deep count. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Darren Daulton.
And if he stays to pattern, he'll either throw a changeup or a slider.
Daulton fouls it off his foot on a changeup. We have 3 generations of Scanlons at the game tonight, and not Bob Scanlon. John Sr., wife Dorothy, John Jr., wife Tammy and kids, and John III, Patty, Tammy, and Megan saying hi to everybody back in Philadelphia. Good representation of Phil's fans here at the game. You can tell when the Phillies do something positive tonight. Quite a few cheers here at the ballpark. 3-2. Daulton hits another foul ball right side. Darren with 18 home runs and 80 runs batted in, having another outstanding season production-wise. Just missed, walked him. So Daulton draws his second walk. That's walk number 4 issued by Pat Rapp, and that'll bring up Eisenreich, who grounded to second.
And the walks have hurt De Leon. They haven't hurt Rapp yet. Could have hurt him in the first inning. Phillies had the bases loaded. And Eisenreich hit a ball sharply, but right at the second baseman.
Weiss, the shortstop, Renteria, the second baseman, and double play depth for Eisenreich. And the pitch to him is hit to deep right field. Back goes Whitmore, and it's way out of here. Home run, Jim Eisenreich. His 4th home run of the year, and it's 3-2 now. Florida, as Eisenreich juices one.
Phillies needed that to get back close in this ball game. Jumped on a first pitch fastball, and that reached the crowd rather easily in the bleachers.
So Eisenreich, with the bases loaded, first time up, grounded out. This time jumped all over that first pitch and hit it way out. As we see here, Whitey.
That's a good swing. That's a Spalding guide swing.
That is home run number 111 for the Phillies. They came into play tonight second in the league to the Giants 112. Thompson grounded a hit up the middle his first time up. The count 1-1 on Milt. Eisenreich, who hits a lot of balls the other way, really turned on a first ball fastball. Fouled at the plate. Here it is again.
Good look at it.
Eisenreich now with 39 runs batted in. Thompson fouls it at the plate. Jim Eisenreich came over here ostensibly to be an extra man at age 34, coming off a year where he led the American League at pinch hits, and he was going to just be a bench player, and he's obviously taken over now as a platoon right fielder with Chamberlain, playing a lot.
I have to say something for the home plate umpire tonight, Chris. Ed Montague is right on the strike zone.
Yeah, and you have about a 4-hour game with his strike zone.
Well, still.
Base hit up the middle by Milt Thompson. So Milt is 2 for 2, coming into the game batting at .254, and the Phillies with a walk homer, base hit here in the 4th inning, and here's Stocker.
I'm one of those who do not care how long they play the game. I don't care if it's 2 hours or 4 hours. I mean, where else would you rather be?
Well, I think he's got a little postage stamp strike zone like Marsh did last night.
You know what he has? He has the strike zone. He has a 17-inch plate. And
there he is.
That's how wide the plate is. If it's 17.5 inches, it's a ball. We're talking to an old hitter.
I know. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Especially with a guy who had your idea of the strike zone. Kevin Stocker, the batter. He had a fly ball to left his first time up. Kevin 0 for 1.
Good time to beat out a bunt.
Whoa. That was a weird looking play. Hope Thompson's all right. Grabbed the back of his leg.
He almost whirled off the bag.
Destrade gets handcuffed by this, and then Thompson slips off the bag. A little dance down there.
Kept the pivot foot there. Didn't travel.
Stocker swings and misses at a breaking ball. Might have fouled it. Kevin's average at .406 on an 0 for 1 night.
Milt led off the second inning with a single and was finally thrown out trying to steal, but he didn't really get him moved along.
Phils trail it by a run. They've scored 2 here in the inning on a 2-run home run by Eisenreich. 3-2 Florida. We're in the 4th. Way outside. One ball and 2 strikes on Kevin Stocker with Milt Thompson on at first. As Whitey said, Thompson thrown out his last time trying to steal. Milt has stolen 7. He's been thrown out 4 times. Stocker takes it away. He needs 1 more stolen base as Milt Thompson to reach career 200. Stocker fouls another one away. Kevin did the same thing as last time up, Whitey, with 2 strikes on him, kept fouling balls off, and then finally hit the fly ball to left.
He's trying to stay very aggressive, and occasionally to a fault, but it's kind of hard to criticize this young man, the way he's hit the ball and the way he's fielded.
Yeah, he's only been in the big leagues a month. Low.
Close pitch. Takes a good eye. See now, with some umpires' wheels, Stocker's on his way back to the dugout.
Think Thompson will run here?
Oh, sure.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, sure, he'll run.
Stocker does make good contact, so it's a good time to run Thompson. He goes, and Stocker hits it in the air to center. Carr has a play. And that's the first out. He's going to throw back to first, and Thompson scoots back. 1 away here in the 4th inning for De Leon, who struck out trying to bunt his first time up, and he'll be up there to try and bunt again.
That's what I mean by Stocker sometimes being aggressive to a fault. He seems reluctant to take a walk out of that 8-hole. That 3-2 pitch was high, and what better situation could you have had than first and second, nobody out with the pitcher coming up to bunt.
90 pitches so far by Rapp. Yeah, and a lot of times a young hitter especially is going to chase a ball out of the strike zone with a runner going. De Leon bunts through another one. Jose is really pulling off the pitches from Rapp and not giving himself much of a chance to get the ball down.
He's kind of a reluctant hitter in the first place, but he's also a very reluctant bunter.
Fouls it again.
For all you young players who are trying to learn to bunt, watch De Leon and then do everything just the opposite.
Yeah, you got to get the bat out front. And he's not squaring at all either. As you said, I think reluctance is a good way to put it. There, he got it down. Nice bunt by Jose. Santiago takes a look at second. Fires to Renteria covering at first base. Sacrifice 2-4. And Milt Thompson in scoring position for Dykstra with 2 outs.
Jose's first sacrifice bunt. He doesn't get many starts. And when he relieves, he never gets a chance to sacrifice. But
Dykstra, who has grounded out and struck out on a 3-2 changeup his last time up. Lenny with 35 runs batted in, scored 101 runs so far. Pitches outside. On deck is Duncan, right-handed batter. Duncan, the only true right-handed batter in the lineup tonight. As you look at Mariano, by that I mean De Leon is not much of a threat. Phillies have thrown a left-handed hitting lineup at this right-hander. And Lenny patiently goes 2-0 on him. off the end of the bat to Renteria, who's playing him to pull in the hole, and he gets Dykstra. Phillies are out here in the 4th inning, but they get on the board on Eisenreich's 2-run homer. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 3-2 Florida after 3.5.
It's Animal House on Harleys with the boys who know how to party.
Everybody thinks bikers are just drunken, greasy dopeheads.
They've got the DA behind them, the troopers in front of them.
Oh, no.
And their whole lives ahead of them.
He exploded himself.
Jim Belushi, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd. Masters of Menace.
Saturday at noon on PHL 17.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
It says New Jersey Belle on the front.
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell the genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. The genuine New Jersey Belle Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
Count on Acme for savings that really add up. This week, during our phenomenal half-price frenzy. Aisle after aisle, you'll find dozens of money-saving half-price specials on the things you want most. Acme gives you more ways to save, from our everyday double manufacturer coupons to this week's half-price frenzy. Check it out in our circular and get a whole lot for half the price. Till Saturday only at Acme.
Check it out, Acme style, check it out.
Good evening. I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break in the American League tonight. No score in Texas and Kansas City. The Yankees have just scored in the 4th against Minnesota. California 1-0 over Chicago in the 3rd. It's 4-3. Toronto leads Milwaukee in the 4th. Baltimore 4, Cleveland 0, and Detroit has just taken a 2-0 lead. Let's go back to Miami. It's 3-2 bottom of the 4th.
All right, Neil, thank you very much. And Darrell Whitmore will lead it off. Whitmore, Santiago, and Weiss to face Jose De Leon in the 4th inning. Whitmore struck out his first time up. Breaking ball high. 2-0 De Leon with 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. A couple of 2-run homers in the game by Chuck Carr and Jim Eisenreich. Late swing and a miss.
De Leon has a good fastball tonight. He's not throwing many of them, but it's a pretty good one when he does.
There's a fastball, and Hollins on a big hop. Throws to first. And 1 out here in the 4th inning. Well, on the Sunday, August the 29th at 1:35, the Cincinnati Reds are in town. A great-looking warm-up jacket for all fans 14 and under. A blue pullover with a Phillies logo on the front and the back. Compliments of Acme and Kraft. So make your plans early. Order tickets by phone by calling 463-1000 or stop by one of the many local Ticketmaster locations. That's Sunday, August the 29th. The Phils and the Cincinnati Reds at 1:35. Santiago rips it foul out of play down the line and left. Benito flied to left field his first time up. Breaking ball, a line drive base hit center field. Dykstra gets it back into the infield, and Santiago has his first hit of the game. And that is hit number 4 off De Leon.
De Leon made the mistake in throwing Santiago a strike. This guy will swing at almost everything. And that was right down through the middle of the plate. It was like a slider.
Walt Weiss, a shortstop, switch hitter, walked and scored on Carr's homer in the 2nd inning. On deck, the pitcher Pat Rapp, who's already past the 90-pitch mark. Through 4 innings of work for him. Breaking ball outside. The Wrights and Matts would like to say hi to their family and friends in South Jersey. Walt Weiss, former terrific player with the Oakland Athletics, injury plagued throughout his career, ankle, knee, done a good job for the Florida Ball Club. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Television Network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL-TV, Philadelphia.
A ball and a strike on Walt Weiss with 1 out, and Benito Santiago on at first base. 3-2 Florida in the 4th inning. Hits are even at 4. Fouled away down the left field line and out of play.
Jen Coleman here with her father Skip from Langhorne, PA.
Joe Robbie Stadium as Mitch Williams gives a souvenir to a fan. Mitch has not pitched much lately. He would like to get into a ball game soon. Phillies
in the 4th inning has given the Phillies their 2 runs. That's how we stand at 3-2, top of the 5th.
Here's a play at the end of the inning, Whitey, the strikeout double play.
Yeah, Santiago started that head-first slide way too far out, and the ground there just kind of slowed him. He was out. Looking at it in the beginning, thought he was probably safe, but Stocker made that tag just before Santiago's hand reached second base.
Duncan, the batter. Mariano has doubled and struck out. Darren Dalton throwing out 39% of base runners prior to tonight's game, so now he's over 40% as he's having a fine year doing that. Duncan swings and misses. 33 now out of 82 for Dutch. Dalton would bat 4th in this inning. That is 40%. Anytime you get to 40%, that's really good. Duncan with a base hit to right field. Rapp keeps going away from him, and he finally got one out there over the plate, and he hit it the other way, which Duncan does so well. That's 2 hits in the game for Mariano.
2-strike count, and that fastball high and out of the strike zone, but Duncan, with 2 strikes on him, does that about as well as anybody. Goes to the opposite field.
John Kruk, the batter, 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Hit number 5 in the ballgame for the Phils. They have 5, the Marlins 4. Florida leads it by a run in the 5th inning, 3-2. Kruk fouls it away left side, out of play. Dave Hollins, the on-deck batter. There is Hollins. St. Louis leads Chicago 1-0 after 1 inning of play at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Estrada's having a little trouble handling some of those throws over there from Rapp.
He guns the ball over there. He throws in the 90s. That fastball.
It's a good arm. Line drive base hit just out of the reach of Walt Weiss. Duncan stops at second. Weiss came very close to making a spectacular play. So Kruk picks up a hit, and the Phils have 2 on, nobody out for Hollins, and then Dalton to follow.
John put a good swing on that pitch away from him and just past Weiss. Hollins has made an out and a walk, but he hit that out about 395 feet to center. It was caught.
A lot of room in center field in this ballpark. Had a good swing at that and fouled it back. Dave, 4 RBI game last night. 3-run double to left center that kind of broke that ball game open for the Phillies. First time tonight. Looks like the bullpens are going to get up, and it's going to be Richie Lewis, the right-hander for Florida. Marlins have a 12-man pitching staff, and they used a lot of them in that St. Louis series.
Ooh, there's one he got out of the way of.
Threw that awful hard to let it hit you.
Yeah, ordinarily he'll stand there and take one for the club. That one could have cracked a rib, however.
There's Lewis, the right-hander out of Florida State University. A ball and 2 strikes now on Dave Hollins, with Mariano Duncan at second and John Kruk on at first. Nobody out for the Phillies here in the 5th inning as they try to catch the Marlins, who led them 3-0. It's now 3-2. They play Kruk to pull, or Hollins to pull.
That's where he's trying to work. Hollins is hard inside. The one pitch almost hit him. That one was inside. The other, the called strike, was right on the inside corner, but all 3 fastballs.
Hollins batting at a .441 clip in his last 9 games with 10 RBIs. Nub towards first. Estrada will have just 1 play. He steps on the bag and the runners move up. 3 unassisted. Duncan to third and Kruk to second, with 1 out for Darren Dalton. Santiago taking a long look into the dugout as if he wants him to walk him. But Benito's not the manager.
And Eisenreich's the next batter, who hit a 2-run homer his last time up.
Dalton's already walked twice tonight, and they're not going to walk him with a lead. Wouldn't make much sense.
They're not going to intentionally walk him.
Playing the infield back, except for Sheffield up at third. And Dalton takes a strike.
Right down the Broadway. Dutch knows it.
You see the infield defense. Phillies can get a run here with a ground ball. Dalton looking to knock in his 81st run of the year or more. He has 2 runners in scoring position. And wrapped over 100 pitches at this point. As we look at the 6'3" right-hander from Sulphur, Louisiana. And his pitching coach Marcel Latchman looks on. Dalton fouls off an off-speed pitch, 2-2. Former #1 pick in June of '89, 15th overall by the San Francisco Giants. Dalton hits it high in the air to right field. This should score the run from third. Whitmore waits, grabs it. Duncan scores. Kruk wandered off second, and Whitmore threw behind him. And Kruk just got back in time. It's a tie ball game now at 3-3 on Dalton's 81st run bat at the end of the year.
That's a lot of respect for Whitmore's arm, because he was pretty deep out there. And I don't know, Kruk kind of ambled towards third, and all of a sudden he thought, hey, I better get back here.
Dived in. Weiss catches that ball and tags him. Duncan hasn't scored yet. So he better gotten back, which he did. Here's Eisenreich, who's grounded out and hit a 2-run homer. 3-3 now in the 5th inning. Eisenreich takes a breaking ball for ball 1, hit a first ball fastball for his homer last inning.
Santiago's like a first baseman, and that catcher's mitt is almost like a first baseman's mitt. They can really snag them out of the dirt. They're a very loose mitt, nothing like the old mitts.
Eisenreich takes it. Lewis continues to throw in the bullpen. Rapp is due to bat first for the Marlins in the 5th inning.
Think you'll let him swing?
Sure, why not? Well, it's 2-0.
3-0, I believe.
Off the pitcher's leg. hustles after it, throws, got him, and he's hurt. Boy, what a play by Rapp, as he was hurt on that play and still managed to get after it and throw out Jim Eisenreich. That's the third out of the inning, so there's no doubt that Rapp's going to leave the game now.
Hit him on that right under that left knee, and I watch him get over there on that bad leg, and boy, he did. He made a great play.
Phil's pick up the tying run in the inning as Rapp is down on the ground. It's a 3-3 ball game after 4.5.
The 93s are going, and soon will be gone at Dearden Buick in Langhorne. Dearden Buick has a huge inventory of 93 Buicks, specially priced to move quickly. Get your new Buick at Dearden, where you can beat the high overhead prices of the Mega Divas. There's more to Langhorne than Riegman and McCafferty. There's Dearden Buick. Shop and compare. If you price a Buick, you'll buy a Buick at Dearden Buick. Visit their 50-car climate-controlled showroom on Route 1 in Langhorne.
Now, reports of a legendary two-footed object have been growing.
Anything? Nothing. Must be big. Even Chet's seen it. We're getting something.
Coming over the hill, Sarge.
Hit the light, boy. Bigfoot.
Bigfoot Pizza, the legendary value from Pizza Hut, with 2 square feet and a tasty new crust you can't get anywhere else, all for $10.99.
Okay, folks, let's break it up.
Bigfoot Pizza, the biggest pizza you can get delivered.
Finding the perfect mate. It's simple, right?
Find a partner, fall in love, and have babies.
Not anymore.
Safe sex. Who would have ever thought those 2 words would exist in the same sentence?
Bada bing, bada bang. Love means never having to say...
Help.
Saturday Night Live's Victoria Jackson, Leah Thompson.
This is getting way too intimate. You think that's intimate? Tell them the name of the movie.
Casual sex.
Sunday at 2 on PHL 17.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Parksburg is Lynn Connor. And by AT&T, because you're not the same as anybody else, there's the I-Plan.
Watch this close play at first base. I mean, he was out by the sole of his shoe. And that was close.
And there is Rapp getting up after being felled by that hard shot off his left leg. We thought he was going to probably come out of the game anyway, but now he definitely is after that injury. He will leave, and Brett Barbary will bat for Rapp. So Rapp can only win this. No, he can't win it because he didn't go 5 innings. All he can get out of this is a no decision.
Well, they went 5 innings.
Oh, yeah, he did go 5 innings, so he still has a chance to win the ball game. Should the Marlins go ahead in this inning and maintain it. Here's Barbary, the former Montreal Expo, batting at .294. Swing and a foul tip. Barbary as a pinch hitter.
You wouldn't remember this, Wheels, but Roberto Clemente hit a line drive off Bob Gibson's leg and broke it.
I do remember it.
Now the odd thing about that was that Gibson pitched and got the last 2 outs on a broken leg.
Right, he stayed in the game after that. Tells you something about Gibson, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Barbary's 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter this year, and now he's 0 for 2 as he goes down on strikes. And that is Luis Aquino, the right-hander, warming up, who was in their rotation for a while.
A year later, Bob Gibson had a season where his ERA was 1.12.
Is that the year they lowered the next year they lowered the they lowered the mound?
They lowered the mound and tightened the strike zone.
Chuck Carr getting a nice hand. He's had a big night. He singled, hit a 2-run homer. Now he nubs one off the end of the bat. Hollins is going to let it roll, and it is a foul ball as he knocks it foul. 114 pitches for Pat Rapp through 5 innings as he leaves. Giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. And De Leon pitching into the 5th inning. And Jose's start here on the 19th of May, he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Tonight he has 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Florida got a run in the 1st and 2 in the 2nd. Breaking ball misses. And the count on Carr now 2-1. 1 out here in the 5th inning with Rich Renteria, right-handed batter, on deck. 3-3 ball game. 1st to 3 against the Marlins. Here is Renteria, the second baseman, who will bat next. To center. Dykstra coming on. Lenny there, puts it away. 2 down in the 5th. First time the Phillies have retired Chuck Carr tonight. And Renteria has walked and scored a run and flied to Dykstra. Rich Renteria, who saw prior Major League service briefly with Seattle and Pittsburgh. He's been in the Mexican League the last couple years. Batting at .265. Barbry's played a lot of second base for the Marlins this year, but he's had a number of injuries. He's been on the DL. In fact, he just got off it again. .2 on Renteria. Fastball hit the left field and deep. Back goes Thompson. This ball is going to be caught by Milt Thompson on the warning track. 3 up and 3 down in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Through 5, we're tied at
3. You've seen it before. The ones who run with the herd, and the one who always seems to run alone. You don't see him often enough, though.
It's for the mountains of bush.
You ever eat bear?
No.
You're gonna like it. Tastes just like chicken.
What's that?
Look, if you want the taste of chicken, come to Roy Rogers, where 5 pieces of Roy's incredible fried chicken are just $3.99.
So, what do you think? Great. Tastes just like chicken.
Roy Rogers.
There are lots of ways to have fun at a baseball game besides the game. Now, the games. The Phillies give Colorado a Rocky Mountain Low Monday, August 23rd, and Tuesday, the 24th at 7:35, and Wednesday, the 25th at 12:35 in a business person special. Then Cincinnati turns red Friday, August 27th at 7:35, Saturday, the 28th at 7:05, and Sunday, the 29th at 1:35 when kids get a baseball jacket free. Call 463-1000.
Well, when the Phils return from this road trip, it'll be on Tuesday evening when the Montreal Expos come to town for 2 night games on the 10th and 11th and a business person special on Thursday, August the 12th. Dallas Green and the New York Mets then follow in the weekend of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And on Sunday, the 15th, it'll be Road Jersey Day for all kids 14 and under. 463-1000 for your tickets. The last visits this year by the Expos and the New York Mets, as Luis Aquino is the new pitcher, and there are the numbers on Luis Aquino, just coming off the DL recently after being placed on the disabled list on July the 4th with tendonitis in the rotator cuff. He's no record with a 4.76 ERA and 5 relief outings, 4-6, a 3.20 as a starter, 12 of them.
A lot of baseball tragedies this summer. There was another one today. An old teammate of mine, Bob Miller, who was a special assignment scout for the San Francisco Giants and a former major league pitcher, killed in an automobile accident out in California. Just saw Bob on that last West Coast trip, and great man. Played with Bob with the Mets.
Thompson swings and misses. Yeah, it has been a tough summer for losing a lot of great people in this sport, and Bob Miller, just another. Thompson fouls away. The Phillies did get some news on Johnny Padres today, Whitey. According to his doctor who examined him, they're going to do something with his medication, and hopefully he'll be just fine, and we'll see him again on Tuesday. So that made everybody around the ball club feel real good today when they heard that news about Padres. There's Roger Mason starting to loosen as they've gotten 5 innings out of De Leon tonight. Jose in his other 2 starts, one he went 6, the other he went 5. Breaking ball from Aquino, throws a lot of off-speed stuff. He'll be very different than the starter Rapp as we look at Jose. They might be hitting for him in this inning. He's due to bat 3rd.
Only 2 of those runs were earned. He gave up, so he did a pretty good job.
Next pitch to Milt. He walked him. So Aquino walks the first batter he faces. That's walk number 5 issued by Marlins pitching tonight. They had a lot of trouble with walks in that series at St. Louis. That, by the way, is a 1-1 ball game right now. Chicago in St. Louis, and they are in the 3rd inning. Sammy Sosa hit number 24 in the 2nd. Nobody on for the Cubs to tie it. Jose Guzman against Real Cormier.
Sosa must have learned to hit that breaking ball, because that's how they always got him out.
Mickey Morandini is out to bat for De Leon, so De Leon is finished for the night. There is Morandini. One left-handed bat that Jim Fregosi has on the bench tonight. Stocker, the batter. Kevin 0 for 2 with a couple of fly balls. Bunts for a base hit there and fouls it off. Luis Aquino, the pitcher, is 27 years of age as we look at De Leon. Finished for the night. Good outing for him. Kept the Phillies in the ball game. Aquino, born in Santurce, Puerto Rico, now makes his home in Miami. Originally signed by Toronto, and then pitched in the Blue Jays, or pitched in the major leagues with Kansas City, where he was 23-20 in 4+ years with the Royals before coming over here in the expansion. Actually, he was purchased by Florida from the Royals on March 27th of this year. He did not come over in the draft.
Always got a kick out of visiting with Bob Miller. When he and I were with the Mets, they had 2 Bob Millers, one a right-hander and one a left-hander. And Casey Stengel couldn't remember which was which, so he called one of them Nelson. And I asked Bob the last time I saw him, I said, "Were you Bob Miller or were you Nelson?" He said we never could figure it out, because Casey couldn't figure it out.
Heck, Casey used to call Mickey Mantle that feller with the big neck. That's pretty accurate.
Boy, he had muscles in his neck.
2 balls and a strike now on Stocker. Milt Thompson on base for the 3rd time tonight. 3-3 ball game. We're in the 6th inning. Luis Aquino on in relief of Pat Rapp, and the Phillies will have Roger Mason coming on in the 6th inning behind De Leon. Stocker hits it hard, but right to Renteria. He bobbles it, and they still get the double play. Weiss, a good pivot after the bobble by Renteria.
Now Stocker hit it sharply, and you would have thought with that bobble they might not have turned that double play, but like Weiss cheated a little bit at second. And they did make the out at first.
Now Jim Fergosi's going to switch with nobody on base. He'll go to Wes Chamberlain as you look at that double play. Chamberlain will come out at bat for De Leon. Chamberlain hit a monster home run here when the Phillies were here in the month of May. Hit it off Chris Hammond. That's the night both Chamberlain and Incaviglia hit him in the upper deck, or one in the upper deck and one in the blue seats below the upper deck out in deep left field. West batting .276, 1 for 9 as a pinch hitter. Phillies facing Luis Aquino for the first time ever. De Leon giving the Phillies a workmanlike job tonight. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. As Whitey said, just 2 of them earned. And leaves in a 3-3 game at this point. Chamberlain check swing foul into the Florida dugout. 0-2 on West Chamberlain. 2 outs, nobody on base in the 6th inning in the 3-3 game. Montreal still leading Atlanta 3-2 through 5 at Atlanta. And are those Colorado Rockies ever struggling? They have lost 11 in a row. They trail 4-0 after 3.5 at San Diego. They're playing a doubleheader tonight. Aquino wanted that. Montague says no.
That might have been a strike. That was tickled that inside corner.
2-2 to Wes. Aquino, a breaking ball, line drive down the left field line. This ball is off the top of the wall and in play, and Chamberlain will stand it at second with a double. He just missed throwing a line drive out, a home run out of here to left field on a ball he really pulled off on.
It was a breaking pitch. You see, he had time to come back a little bit on it. He hooked it. That just had to hit right up there on the top.
Right on the top. See it again.
Yeah, watch this. Oh, man.
Wow.
Hit that yellow line.
That missed literally by inches. Just sneaking over the wall. So Wes Chamberlain gets a pinch hit. 330 down the line here at Joe Robbie Stadium in left. It's 345 to right field here.
Pretty good at bat by Wes. He was 0-2.
Dykstra is 0 for 3 tonight. And Aquino starts him with a breaking ball. That's hit number 7 in the game for the Phillies. They've out-hit the Marlins 7-4. Dykstra, a ground ball right at the Strade. He'll run to the bag, step on it, and Lenny is out, and so are the Phillies in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. 3-3 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Count on Acme for savings that really add up. This week during our phenomenal half-price frenzy. Aisle after aisle, you'll find dozens of money-saving half-price specials on the things you want most. Acme gives you more ways to save, from our everyday double manufacturer coupons to this week's half-price frenzy. Check it out in our circular and get a whole lot for half the price. Till Saturday only at Acme.
Check it out, Acme style, check it out.
To win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5 lump sum jackpot, just match 5 of 39 numbers. Any 5 numbers you're attached to. Cash 5. All the cash, all at once. When you win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5, we'll give you all the cash all at once. In one lump sum. All you have to do is pick it up. Cash 5. All the cash, all at once.
To celebrate the introduction of KFC's new Colonel's Rotisserie Gold Chicken, PHL 17 and KFC want to send you to Jamaica. When you stop by and try the Colonel's new Rotisserie Gold Chicken, deep marinated and slow roasted to perfection, fill out an entry blank for a chance to bask in a warm glow of your own. One grand prize winner will enjoy a trip for two to sunny Jamaica, and two second prize winners will enjoy a Phillies game from the luxurious Superbox. Let KFC and PHL 17 take you to Jamaica and enjoy the Colonel's Rotisserie Gold Chicken.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something. And by Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. Phillies go with Roger Mason, who will pitch here in the 6th inning behind Jose De Leon. There is the big right-hander out of Bel Air, Michigan. See the numbers on Roger Mason. 3-0 as a Philly with a 5.49 earned run average. Roger pitching in his 14th game. He'll face Jeff Conine, Gary Sheffield, and then Orestes Destrade in a tie game, 3-3 in the 6th inning. First pitch is a slider for a strike. Mason, left-handers batting .229 against him as a Phil, as he's pitched really well since coming over.
Yeah, most of that ERA came out of that one Giants game where he just had to stay in there and take a pounding.
Yeah, he took one for the club that night. Jeff Conine, a hot hitter coming into the game, batting safely in 15 out of his last 16 and a .401 hitter in his last 35 games. Tonight 1 for 2 with an infield hit. Mason's pitch is fouled off. Rogers' last appearance was on August the 1st. He beat the Pirates 5-4 at the Vet, pitching an inning and a third with 1 strikeout. So Roger is well rested. Breaking ball struck him out. He has a nasty slider to right-handed hitters. And he gets Conine to chase one. 1 out here in the 6th inning.
It has kind of a late break. It really fools the hitter. That pitch broke outside, as you could see. I've never been able to quite fathom Roger Mason when he pitched against the Phillies. He looked like a guy that you might want to swing at, but not too many people hit him that hard.
Everybody tells you that hits off him how heavy his ball is. Hard slider, hard sinker, and tough on right-handed batters. And I gave you the numbers on him against left-handed hitters. Not too bad either. Gary Sheffield 0 for 2 tonight off De Leon, a strikeout and a ground out. Breaking ball, he hung that one inside, and Sheffield just jammed himself. And he pops it up to Kruk, 2 outs.
If you hang him far enough inside, it doesn't hurt you, and that's a perfect example of that. Was hung probably close to a foot inside, and had Sheffield hit it hard, he would have pulled it about 100 feet foul. See, that's way up and in. Hit it about on the trademark.
Yeah, that's when a hitter does it to himself as opposed to the pitcher jamming him. So 2 outs and nobody on base for Orestes Destrade. Switch hitter 0 for 1 inside. Destrade 295 from the right side, 240 left-handed at game time. Mason's pitch deep to right field. This is trouble. Back it goes, and it's gone. Destrade stands there at home plate and watches it. A home run for Destrade, his 11th of the year, and the Marlins take a 1-run lead at 4-3.
Got that one up and into Destrade, and he did not miss it.
So the Marlins, who have the fewest number of homers in the league, 61, have hit 2 tonight.
Watch him. He just stands there. He got the barrel of the bat out there. Yeah, that's up and right. right up in the middle of the plate.
And that'll bring up Darrell Whitmore, the right fielder. Mason's pitch to him is outside, ball one. Just the third home run ball thrown by Mason this year.
The Phillies are going to do something. They better do it before the 9th inning.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll use Harvey in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
We are in the 6th. Whitmore fouls it out of play left side. Whitmore 0 for 2 tonight, has struck out and grounded out. Four, 5-0 for Florida, 3-7-1 Phillies. There is Orestes Destrade, who's played the last couple years in Japan, where he hit a lot of homers. They thought maybe they could bring him over here and he'd do a Cecil Fielder for them. Hasn't worked out quite that well, but he's been hot lately. Destrade now has an 11-game hitting streak, and he sits safely in 14 out of 15. One of those sun visors, huh? Put that on your dashboard.
Yes.
A Marlins visor. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Mason. 1 run, 1 hit. The home run by Destrade. No errors and nobody left.
The Marlins 4 and the Phillies 3. Sunday at 2, 2 young women search for the perfect man at a health spa. Leah Thompson and Victoria Jackson star in Casual Sex, only on PHL 17. Speaking of the perfect man, here's Harry Callis.
Yeah. They have to search further in this booth, I think, to find her. Leading off for the Phillies here in the 7th inning will be Mariano Duncan. Phillies trail 4-3. Duncan has doubled, struck out, and singled. Facing Luis Aquino, who's in his 2nd inning in relief of Pat Rapp. Cardinals scored a couple of runs in the 3rd. They now lead the Cubs 3-1. Aquino was a starter for these Marlins, now working out of the bullpen. Off the end of the bat, down the right field foul line, Whitmore. Oh! He caught the ball. What a tremendous play by Whitmore. Darrell Whitmore, who was a 4-year starting defensive back at West Virginia. That's the way he used to cover receivers. Wow.
Well, whoa, look at that. And then he held on to it. Boy, that was a great play. That'll make the highlight.
Sensational grab and foul ground by Whitmore. 1 down here in the 7th. Brings on John Kruk, who has struck out, walked, and singled. Missing with the changeup. It's 2-0. Pretty well hit hit to the opposite field. Conine leaps up, can't get it. Backed up by Carr. It'll be a stand-up double for the Crucker.
That ball was pretty well up on the fence also. Chamberlain just missed a home run. Opposite field, and
yeah, but there you've got to hit it over the scoreboard.
Yeah, that was just under that white line. Conine's glove wasn't anywhere near the ball.
And here is Dave Hollins, who has walked, fly to deep center, and grounded out. He's about to hit the Marlins 8-5, but trail 4-3. Florida's hit a couple of home runs. Chuck Carr and Orestes Destrade. Off-speed pitch for a strike. Turner, the right-hander, is starting to throw in the Marlin bullpen. One ball and one strike to Hollins. Santiago out for a word with Aquino.
That's pitching coach Marcel Latchman, brother of the manager, older brother.
There's Rene. One ball and one strike to Dave Hollins. Him up on the off-speed pitch. Sheffield in foul ground makes the catch. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Darren Dalton. Dutch has not been at bat officially, and now Rene Latchman is coming out. He has a left-hander up also in the bullpen. Going to make the call for the left-hander. Well, this will be it for Aquino. Coming in out of the Marlin bullpen is Joe Klink. Pitching change, their old left-hander is the new pitcher coming on for Rene Latchman. Klink appearing in his 36th game. No wins, 1 loss, no saves. 4.24 ERAs, pitched 23 1/3 innings, given up 23 hits and 11 earned runs. 14 strikeouts and 13 walks. He has not surrendered a home run this year. He'll come in spots like this to try to get a left-hand hitter out. And he'll be facing Darren Dalton. Dutch has not been at bat officially. 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. John Kruk at second base with 2 outs here in the 7th. One strike to Dalton. It in the air to shallow left. The shortstop Wise is out, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Marlins lead the Phils 4-3. Gold. Roger Mason in his second inning in relief of Jose De Leon. 1 strike to Santiago. Foul down the right field side, and it'll be out of play. In the Marlin bullpen. Now balls and 2 strikes to Benito Santiago. Matt Turner coming in. He'll be the new pitcher for Florida. They'll hit for Klink here. 1-2.
They bring in a right-hander with all those left-hand hitters the Phillies have coming up.
Up back line drive to Dave Hollins, and Santiago is retired. 1 down. Now we'll bring up Walt Weiss, who has walked and scored a run and struck out. One strike to Walt Weiss. Plank is in the on-deck circle.
Turner's headed back towards the bullpen, too.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Weiss. Just missed. Just missed again. Full count. Fouls it back. Him, and that'll bring on Plank. Will be up there to try to move him along. Plank's been in the American League. He has not had an at-bat this year. I don't know when the last time he hit was. The DH in the American League, of course, you don't have to swing the bat, so it's his first at-bat this year. Sure, he'll be sacrificing. He throws left, but bats him right. Bunts it foul. One strike to Klink.
There are young people now who play this designated hitter almost throughout their young careers.
Yeah.
Who've never hardly swung a bat.
I know.
It's hard to believe. That's where the fun is.
He got it down nicely. Kruk throws him out, but a good sacrifice by Klink. It goes Kruk to Duncan, moves Weiss to second base. And it will bring up the top of the order, Chuck Carr.
Can't bunt it any better than that.
No, looked like he knew what he was doing there. Deadened it on that grass. Chuck Carr has singled, hit a 2-run homer and line to center. Bills trail 4-3. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Just missing for a ball.
That's a little short bat he has. But that bat isn't 30 inches long.
Late swing and a miss. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
1 ball and 1 strike to Chuck Carr. $43,217 to pay the tenants here tonight. Fouled out of play. One and two. Tapped right back at Mason. And Carr is thrown out. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 8th inning. Marlins lead 4-3.
Live from Philly, it's Bud Light.
Bud Light is in the house! I'm talking about Bud Light.
Bud Light is slammed! We just want a Bud Light, is that so wrong? Salute. Hola, amigo. Hey, Sergeant Bud Light, yeah! Birdman loves Bud Light.
I need a Bud Light. We live in Philly and we love Bud Light.
Ask for Bud Light.
For the Phils here in the 8th inning, he's grounded out, hit a 2-run homer, and grounded out. Joe Klink, the left-hander, came in for Luis Aquino. And they want to get Klink through this inning, and then they'll bring in their closer, Brian Harvey, who is up throwing in the Florida bullpen. Two balls and no strikes. There's Harvey. A foul out of play, 2-1. Cubs have just tied St. Louis 3-3 in the 4th inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Foul ball, still 2-2. Has 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The Phillies 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Fouls off another one. West starts throwing in the Phillies bullpen. Wide for a ball. Full count. Eisenreich hitting .412 against left-hand pitching this year. Not this time. Pulled by a breaking ball. He struck him out. That's 1 down.
Put him a 3-2 slider, and it was a ball, but it fooled Eisenreich. That was low and outside. See Florida pitching doing that a lot in this game, and
brings on Milt Thompson. He's 2 for 2. He's been on base all 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. Breaking ball for a strike. High with it, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1.
Have an expansion club, you know, they're way out of first place. They're 23.5 games out. You can gamble on 3-2 pitches like that, and you know, what do you got to lose?
He's wide with that one. 3 and 1. Santiago wants a word with Klink.
He doesn't want to walk Milt. Have a switch hitter Stocker coming up next. And a pinch hitter. Phillies have scored a run on one of their walks. The Marlins have scored 2 runs on walks they've picked up.
And he does walk Bill Thompson, so Milt is a 1-out base runner for Kevin Stocker. Stocker's fly to left, fly to center, grounded into a double play. He's hit safely in 10 straight games, and now Rene Latchman's coming out, and he's going to call on, I guess, Brian Harvey. Yep. Harvey usually pitches just 1 inning, but he'll bring him in here in the 8th. So he'll call on his closer here in the 8th inning. Joe Klink will leave. And Harvey races in. Pitching change for the Marlins. We're in the 8th. 4-3 Florida. Back after these messages. Harvey, the closer for Rene Latchman, coming on for the 43rd time. He's 1-1, lost 3, 32 saves, a 1.91 ERA. In 47 innings, he's given up just 34 hits and 10 earned runs, 53 strikeouts in 47 innings, and 8 walks. So Harvey has really posted outstanding numbers out of the bullpen. Kevin Stocker will be the first one to face him. Harvey's 30 years of age, 6'2", 212. Has a 430-acre farm that he works in the winter in Catawba, North Carolina.
Pete Incaviglia will bat next if he gets a chance.
One strike to Kevin Stocker. Harvey and Say's trailing only Lee Smith, who has 37, and Randy Myers of the Cubs, who has 33. Harvey and Rod Beck of San Francisco each have 32. Got him with a split finger pitch. He throws that hard. That's his strikeout pitch. That's 2 down. There it is.
Yeah, he really made some good pitches on Stocker. You can see that's a ball. It's low and outside. You can't let him get ahead of you. He throws that fastball in there early in the count. You better be hacking at it.
Pete Incaviglia batting for the pitcher, Roger Mason. Incaviglia hitting at .266, 18 homers, 66 RBIs. As a pinch hitter, he's 4 for 17. Lifetime against Harvey, he is 2 out of 6. There's that fastball.
Yeah. Threw it hard on the inside corner.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Hasn't thrown a ball yet.
Harvey had some arm problems last year. Strained right elbow, and a lot of people were a little leery of him, but he has really pitched well. Laid off the low splitter. In '91, he had 46 saves for California. Won the American League Roll-Age Relief Man that year. Foul back up and out of play. 1 and 2 it holds to Incaviglia with Thompson at first and 2 outs. Florida leads by a run, 4-3. Another foul ball.
Incaviglia's had a couple pretty good cuts off that pitch. Surprised that Harvey keeps throwing him strikes. Pete will chase once in a while. He's thrown him a couple pretty good pitches to hit.
Got him with a splitter. He struck him out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Florida leads the Phils 4-3.
You ever eat bear?
No.
You're gonna like it. Tastes just like chicken.
What's that?
Look, if you want the taste of chicken, come to Roy Rogers, where 5 pieces of Roy's incredible fried chicken are just $3.99.
So, what do you think? Great. Tastes just like chicken.
Ball game has just tied things up as Chicago and St. Louis are deadlocked at 3 in the bottom of the 5th. First of 2, San Diego leads Colorado 4-1 in the 6th. New York and Pittsburgh rained out tonight. Montreal out in front of Atlanta 4-2 in the 9th. Late starts in Los Angeles and San Francisco. National League President Bill White has suspended 4 players and also fined them for that brawl in Chicago on Monday between the Pirates and the Cubs. Back to Miami, 4-3 Marlins.
All right, Neil, and leading off will be Rich Renteria facing David West, the Phillies' new pitcher. West has won 3, lost 3, saved 2, a 3.03 ERA. Averages a strikeout per inning, 63 strikeouts and 62 in the 3rd innings. 1-1. Phils are back home off this road trip on Tuesday against Montreal. Delino DeShields, Marquise Grissom, Larry Walker, and that gang will be in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Don't forget Thursday the 12th is a business person special at 12:35. Then the New York Mets will move in. Dallas Green brings in the Mets August 13th, 14th, and 15th. Sunday the 15th will be Road Jersey Day. Road Jerseys, a brand new giveaway at them for all youngsters 14 and under. For tickets for the coming homestand, just call 463-1000 or stop by one of the many local Ticketmaster outlets. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Renteria. Wide, it's 2-2. Roger Mason worked 2 innings, gave up the home run that put the Marlins up front to Destrade. That's the only hit he allowed. Struck out 2 and walked 1. David West will continue his pace of a strikeout per inning as he blew away Renteria on a high fastball. That'll bring on Jeff Conine. Conine has singled, fly to center, and struck out. One strike to Conine. Jarred Ed Montague. Really jarred the plate umpire Montague.
They have
those. Hear it up here.
They have those shoulder pads on, like almost like a football pads, but it got him right around the neck area.
Larry Starr, the trainer for the Marlins, out to administer to Montague.
Really jolted him. It turned him.
Wow.
They have that little flap hanging down from his mask. It's supposed to, you know, protect the throat.
Montague will stay back there.
Well, he doesn't have that little flap hanging down.
Well, he did, but they knocked it off.
Did it?
They just threw it into the Phillies dugout. Conine's called out on strikes. 2 straight strikeouts for David West. They'll bring on Gary Sheffield, who has struck out, grounded out, and popped up. Looking ahead to the Phillies' ninth, Brian Harvey will be facing the top of the Phillies order: Lenny Dykstra, Mariano Duncan, and John Kruk. 1 ball and no strikes. Chop to third, foul. 1-1. Sheffield's been bothered with a bad shoulder. He's playing through it.
Rotator cuff on his throwing arm.
It's deep, but it'll stay in the park. Eisenreich makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the ninth. Phil's trail by a run, 4-3.
Hey, Jersey, I'm buying. I drink Bud Light because I'm 245 pounds of U.S. steel and sex appeal.
He's unbelievable.
Jersey girls dig Bud Light.
Bud Light is made in New Jersey.
You know, we own that Statue of Liberty. They stole it from us.
Yo, bartender, Bud Light.
You want one too, don't you?
How about a Bud Light? Yo, it's Jersey stuff. It's Bud Light, you know?
Bud Light, up and away.
The Phillies look to cook a Canadian goose when they play Montreal Tuesday, August 10th, and Wednesday, August 11th at 7:35, and Thursday, August 12th at 12:35 in a business person special. Then Bonilla, Doc, and the Mets make a house call Friday, August 13th, 7:35, Saturday, August 14th, 7:05, and Sunday, August 15th at 1:35, when kids 14 and under get a free Phillies road jersey. Call 463-1000.
Soon, you'll hear it. The best long-distance service is about to get even better. It's a breakthrough from AT&T Bell Labs, and it makes AT&T sound quality dramatically superior to any other long-distance company. So much clearer, closer, and more natural. Even 8 out of 10 people who don't have AT&T prefer it. AT&T True Voice, coming in the months ahead, free. Just another part of the iPlan.
After 8 innings of play, Florida 4 and the Phillies 3. Weeknights at 7:30, they put their lives on the line for you on Real Stories of the Highway Patrol, right here on PHL 17. Lenny Dykstra leads it off for the Phillies here in the ninth. Dude's taking an 0 for 4 collar. He's grounded out, struck out, grounded out, grounded out. And if the Phillies are to do it, they will have to do it against one of the Major League's premier closers, Brian Harvey. This guy is tough. He has struck out both batters he's faced since coming into the game. One ball and no strikes to Lenny Dykstra. Two and nothing. Harvey then walked many. 47 innings. He's only walked 8. Struck out 55. But he has fallen behind Dykstra 3-0. He's high with all pitches.
Now he'll look at 1, maybe 2 if he has to.
Got that one over, 3-1. Florida's record with leading after 8, largely because of this man, is 39-1. Close. Dykstra's the leadoff base runner. Harvey not happy with that call. Here it is.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Borderline low. Is probably a better pitch than the 3-0 pitch, really.
Here's Mariano Duncan, who has doubled, struck out, singled, and fouled out on a great catch by Darrell Whitmore. And after that first ball fastball, but didn't come up with it. No bunt here. Jim Pagosi would not play for a tie on the road. Foul back and out of play. He had a cut. Now he'll get that splitter. It was really tough to lay off. Now balls and 2 strikes to Duncan. Struck him out with a splitter. All the outs recorded by Harvey have been strikeouts.
It's a good one, too. You could see the bottom drop out of it.
Boy, that guy could really help a contending team, couldn't he? John Kruk is 2 out of 3, and against Harvey, he is 1 for 1. High with a fastball. Doesn't look like he mixes anything else in but fastball and splitter.
Haven't seen any sliders, curves.
Dykstra got a big jump, but Kruk fouled the pitch off.
Well, Kruk might have hit that one out of the park. You never know, but it was a ball. It was high. Hard pitch to catch up to when a pitcher throws that hard. Dykstra really had a great jump. See, that's high end, maybe outside.
One ball and 1 strike to John Kruk. Bills trail by a run here in the 9th inning. Dykstra goes again. It's a called strike. Lenny steals second without a throw. His 28th stolen base, so he is now in scoring position.
See, Harvey turns before he throws that ball and takes that big kick. You can see Lenny was way off before the ball is delivered.
Ground ball right at Estrada. He'll make the play himself. Dykstra moves to third. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Dave Hollins. Hollins is 0 for 3. He's walked fly to deep center, grounded out and fouled out. 0 for 1 against Harvey. Dykstra 90 feet away from tying this game. 2 outs here in the 9th. Started him with a splitter. Hollins' first ball fastball swinging, and he got a splitter.
Well, he has a couple of bases to work with, so he can afford to do this with Hollins. He didn't want to take a chance on giving him the fastball.
Another one. 2 strikes to Dave Hollins.
Both those pitches were balls. That's a hard pitch to hit if it's a strike, let alone a ball.
2 strikes to Dave Hollins with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Splitter, struck him out to end the ball game. Brian Harvey, his 33rd save. He recorded 5 outs. 4 of them were strikeouts. As the Phils go down in the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Florida wins this first game of the series by a score of 4-3. Orestes Destrade's home run winning it. We'll be back with the totals and a recap in just a moment.